Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be filming my project pan update. I do this monthly and this is the 7th update that I'm filming, and I can't believe that my 1-year official project pan anniversary is coming up, because I literally feel like I've been doing this just for a couple months, but I can't believe it's already the 7th one. So thank you guys so much for joining along on my project pan journey. Just seeing your comments saying like you inspire me to pan up some of my products, that makes me so happy. But I guess with that being said, let's just hop into the update. This month's update isn't as great as the past two, but I still did finish up one product and we're gonna get there soon, but we'll go in the order that we usually go in from the way I apply my makeup. So starting off with my primers, I have the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I am so close to finishing this. I definitely think in the next month this will be gone because I am really squeezing it, and I think in this month I will have to cut this open. I think maybe even tomorrow I will start cutting this open because there's not much left and I am really squeezing this out. So this one is almost gone. Definitely for sure next month I will be completely finished with this. And my other primer is the Hamish Artlist Glow Base. I didn't mark it last month, I don't think, just because I didn't make such a big difference from the last marking. And this month I'm also not going to mark it. I think it's still around the same place as it is because I was so focused on finishing this one up. I didn't really get to use this one, and lately my skin has been breaking out, and when my skin breaks out I don't want to use such a glowy base because I feel like that kind of emphasizes my skin texture, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see because you're kind of far away, but yeah, I've just been more focused on this. I've been wanting more of a matte base, so I went with the Supergoop one over the Hamish one, so I didn't use it as much this past month. For foundation, let me see if I can see through it. So for some reason it's really hard to see where I am, but I think I am all the way down here, and that gap from last month is quite a big gap. As you can see, consistently every single month the marking is quite similar, but I think that's where I am. It's really hard to see through the packaging for some reason, but if I am there, that's great. I feel like we just have a little left to go. And then for my concealer, it's the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Concealer. For the longest time I wasn't marking this, I think ever since I started my plan. Every time I take it out, there's not much product on the doe foot applicator, which tells me I am nearing the end, and I think within this month I'm gonna take the stopper out and scoop everything out and put it in a little container. I'll show you guys what I bought actually. I just got this little set from Yoyoso. It's similar to Daiso. I don't know if you guys have Yoyoso in the US, but it's just like a traveling kit, and I didn't get this to travel, obviously because we ain't traveling anywhere, but I mainly got this for my project pan because you know, I'm geeking out right now. But it has like this little funnel that you can put, like you can transfer the product into these little bottles, and I think because these are clear, it will be easier for me to sort of track. It also comes with this little like little, what is this called? I don't know what this is called, like a little pumpy thing where you can suck out the product and then transfer it, and then maybe I'll transfer all of the concealer into this little pot. So I think this month I will take out the stopper and then we can really see how much concealer is left in here, because you know, this entire plan that I've been doing, I haven't really kept track of how much is in here because it's really hard to track it. So I think that's going to be coming in this month. For my powder, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Powder, this one is all finished. It is all gone, you guys. Well, there's like a little bit left, but it's really hard to get out of the packaging. Like, there's like little sprinkles of powder left. It's really not much. I am sort of sad that this one is done because it's so silly, but if you guys have this, or if you guys have smelt this in stores, the smell just reminds me of my youngest cat, Cookie. This is how he smells. If you want to know how my cat smells like, this is what Cookie smells like. He just smells so like warm and like cozy, and every time I do my makeup and I open this up, I'm like, oh, Cooks, my baby Cooks. But it's okay, I wanted to finish this up and I'm glad I did. I don't know if Fenty Beauty really is cruelty free because I feel like a lot of people say they are in the gray zone. My other powder is also in the gray zone as well. It's the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, but I have it in the shade Translucent Honey. So it's like I don't really know what to do. I will just keep it to the bare minimum when I'm showcasing it on my channel, but the Laura Mercier one is going to be my new powder that I will be using. It is technically pretty much a new product. As you can see, it is pretty full, so I won't put any marking on right now. Maybe when we see the powder go down, then I will start marking, but this is pretty much a new product. There is nothing really to mark, but we finished up one product. For my pressed powder, the Bite Beauty Change Maker powder, this one, I mean, you can't really see too much of a difference. This just entered last month, so there's not going to be too much of a dent. I did actually try to use this as like powder foundation, like swipe and then swipe. This color, this medium 2 shade is way too dark on me if I want to use it for just pressed powder foundation alone. Just to set the rest of my face with a powder brush, it's fine, but yeah, this shade is too dark. So if you're not medium 2, sorry, this is medium 1. So if you are using me as a reference to purchase this powder, I would say go for one shade lighter. And then I have my setting spray. This one's from ColourPop. It's their Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I will do a little marking. The marking's not as great as the previous times. I don't know if it's just because I did forget to use it sometimes when I do my makeup. I don't use setting spray all the time, and because I have changed my vanity table, before my Project Pan products would be on top of my vanity table, but now it's in its own drawer, so maybe sometimes I just forget to, but I will make a mental note now to like remember this coming month. Use your setting spray. And now let's move into the brows, the slowest section of project panning. Seriously, it just takes forever. I have my 2 brow pencils. The NYX micro brow pencil, I will put my progress on the screen. It's really nerve-wracking to like scroll up the entire brow pencil and putting it against a sheet of paper because I'm like, is this going to snap? But I don't think I made that much progress on this brow pencil this month because I did try out the M Cosmetics brow pencil and the Jason Wu one. So I was using those 2 brow pencils probably for about 2 weeks, so for half the month. So I didn't really get to use my NYX one as much as I usually do, so I don't think the progress is going to be that much. As well as my Winky Lux Unibrow. I mean, when is there ever progress on this brow pencil? Like, I really just want to finish this up. Like, I really do. Like, it's not finishing. That's my update on my brow pencils. For my brow powder, my Anastasia brow powder, it's time to let it go, you guys. I am letting it go, I think, after 7 years. Even though I didn't finish it, and although I still can continue to use it, I just think the shade was getting a little too light for me. It's just time to let it go. I don't think I need to give excuses for why I'm letting go of a 7-year-old brow powder. Like, okay, like we just gotta part ways here. But what's gonna be replacing that is my Jason Wu Brows Before Boys brow powder. In my initial Jason Wu review video, I said I didn't really enjoy it as much as my brow powder, but I think with my NYX micro brow pencil, I can definitely make it work rather than using this with the Jason Wu brow pencil. And I also really like this to fill in my hairline, so I'm actually using all of the shades. I will use these 2 lighter shades for my brows and then the darkest shade for my hairline. And I am planning to dye my hair a bit darker. I mean, right now it looks really dark because of the lighting, but in the sun it's really like brown and orange. I kind of want to go a little bit more on the chocolate brown side or even black because we are entering our fall. I think I will get my use out of the big one eventually, but for right now I actually am using all of them, so hopefully we can see pan eventually. But that is my new brow product. For my brow gel, this is the M Cosmetics Brow Cream in the shade Brunette. I have been enjoying this one so much. The bottle is very small and very skinny, and I've been using this one so much. I even took this onto my boyfriend's brow. I just wanted to comb through his brows. I thought it was just really satisfying to do that. I don't know how long these will last, but I think it's still going strong. It's still very effective, and I just been loving this one so much. And next up, I have my eye primer. This one is from Kaleidos. Like I mentioned last month, that I am starting to squeeze the product out now, and I still am. So I feel like what is it? Right now it is March going into April. I'm going to predict that maybe in August or September that I will finish this eye primer up, because now that I'm squeezing it, I'm like, okay, there can't be that much left, so I'm gonna assume August or September. As for my eyeshadow palette, there is definitely a bigger dent in that transition shadow that I love so much. I did stub my nail into this one. I think the next shade that I will hit pan into is probably the medium warm brown in the center. But yeah, I mean, that pan is pretty good. I can almost see 4 little squares in the pan, so not much progress. I didn't get to use this one as much as I would have liked, but still progress nonetheless. My eyeliner from ColourPop, Honey Dude, I don't think this one is going to have much progress either. As for my mascara from Hamish, I'm gonna give this one another month. I think last month I said 1 more month, but I think I'm gonna give it another month because it still works really well and I just really adore this mascara. I definitely will be repurchasing this one. I think this might have to be my favorite mascara that I've used so far, like more than the Too Faced one, which used to be my holy grail, more than the Lash Princess. Actually, Lash Princess would have to be quite similar, but this one on my lower lashes, like something about this mascara just makes my lower lashes look so incredibly good, so I'm gonna be repurchasing another one. Now onto my cheeks, I have my Kaleidos Contour Palette. Last month I told you guys I did dug my nail into the bronzer, and it was very small, and the more I've used the bronzer, that little dug has gotten bigger. It's not actually a pan though, because I did stab my nail and take off the product, but you know, it looks like I hit pan on it, but like technically I didn't. Although I have been using other bronzers a lot more in the past month, just because I noticed that I'm really heavy-handed with my bronzer, and in photos it can look really heavy and a bit too dark, so I've been straying away from this bronzer and using a lighter bronzer, but I still use it here and there just because the formulation is just so good. As for the contour is, I mean, there's a little bit more dent in it, but it's like, yeah, we're not going to be hitting pan on that one anytime soon. For the highlighting shade, I think the pan has gotten bigger, I'm not too sure, but I've been using it every day. I mean, I didn't use it today, but yeah, I've been using it most days, so that is the update on this one. For my blush, just like last month, I didn't really use this blush as much. I really don't know what I did in much, you guys, like I really don't. Like, I don't know what looks I created this past month, what I reviewed in the past month. Yeah, I just didn't really get to use this blush as much. I still want to keep it in because I really do love this blush. It's just for certain looks, I feel like I've been doing a lot of warm looks. That's what it is. I've been doing a lot of warm looks, and when I do warm looks, I'm probably going into Faded Clementine from M Cosmetics, which is what I went in with today. I did go in with this one a little bit, but I'm like, you know what, this ain't it. This suits more like mauvey looks, more pinky looks, and I haven't really been creating that many pinky looks, but I feel like in April, I'm gonna be creating more pinky looks. So I'm gonna keep this in. As for my highlighter, Fuego from Dose of Colors, I have used this probably every time I've done my makeup almost. I've been really adamant about using this highlighter. Although I've been a lot more conscious of using this highlighter, you know, my hard work doesn't show. The pan looks the same. I feel like you just gotta use an absurd amount of highlighter for you to hit pan, even though I feel like this is already quite intense. It doesn't show, but I'm using it. Okay, the last 2 products, my lip products. This is where I'm like, flexing, not really. Anyway, let's talk about my Dear Dahlia Blooming Lip Balm, which has been in the plan since the beginning, and I was like, back in like August when I first started, oh, I can finish this in 2 months. 7 months later, I'm still not finished, but I feel like in the next month or in the next 2 months, truly, I feel like I can finish it, because I can see literally the bottom. We hit rock bottom here. Now I'm really just scraping the bottom sides. Like I'm just scraping out the cake. And the last product is the ColourPop Luxe Oil in the shade Bengal. This one is so fun to track of because you can clearly see the bottle. I mean, the product is still trying to run down, but I'm just going to mark it here. You can see the marking every month is fairly similar, and I definitely think in this coming month, I'm going to have to take the stopper out and scoop out the product, put my Yoyoso little experiment kit into action, and then dump it out into one of these cans. So that, you guys, was my project pan update for the month of March. Just to wrap things up, I did finish up 2 products and now 2 new products are in the plan. I love how every month I'm finishing at least 1 product up, and it just makes me feel very satisfied, and I am putting my makeup into use. So I would love to know how you guys are doing and how your project pan went the past month. I'm really hopeful for next month. I think there's a lot of things that are really closing in. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm so close to finishing, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much if you could. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!